What might be wrong with the way experiences are currently being designed for users? What are bootcamps doing wrong? Hi everyone, and welcome to 10 Minutes of Design with Chinedu Unfiltered. Here, we will be talking about UX design, product strategy, products people use and how these products make them feel, the latest technologies and how it is used by UX designers and product people. All this from a professional, data-driven and personal view, which is undiluted. In today's episode, I'll be talking about why are there so many terrible experiences on digital products and are we doing our best to make sure these experiences can be better. I have gotten into a lot of meetings and discussions where OG UX designers have mentioned that there are quite a lot of terrible experiences that are currently being designed, and it doesn't do justice to the profession as a whole. We have all had our fair share of terrible experiences while interacting with digital products and expressed our frustrations towards these products. Some of us have even gone further to redesign these experiences, share them on social media, tag the companies with these experiences, and gathered so much likes and quotes, but nothing was done. The experience remained as it is. You might ask, why? What could be wrong? Is UX design broken? And the list of questions go on and on. Personally, I wouldn't know. I am just 4 years into the UX and digital product design profession, and it's been a fantastic experience so far. Would I know if the experience has been terrible? I could, but I haven't been here for long to deduce such. I'd probably give it 6 more years before I can make such an allegation about the UX field. Although this is something I have spent a lot of time learning, but refraining from choosing a side. Our experience is terrible. Are OGs exaggerating how terrible the experience has been? Well, we won't know until we have a personal discussion about it. So, let's go back to the basics of UX design, what it means, how it's done, factors that have influenced it over the years, if it's evolving and if we are currently advancing. Personally, UX design hasn't changed in decades. What we have done quite well is move people's physical experiences into the digital world, build an existing experience, and sometimes introduce new experiences that could take years to adopt. It's the same thing, just done on devices we spend most of our time interacting with. 2020 saw an increase and even more so a huge demand for UX design. And why was this? That was because a lot of businesses had to move online to meet their customers' demand. It was the year the pandemic ravaged the earth and we thought we would never have to go out, interact with people or do anything that pertains to the movement of people anymore. But this is 2024 and things have changed drastically. Offices are 100% staffed, businesses have long commenced physical interactions with customers. COVID, as we knew it, has disappeared from the media and people have gone back to doing what they have always done pre-COVID. The world showed us the relevance and importance of the role a product designer plays in the grand scheme of things. Even though it was short, it was still one of the most eye-opening things to ever happen. It gave us an incline into a world where everything can be digitized and even made better. This is an assumption, but if the pandemic had continued for the next 20 years, the way humanity would interact and engage with customers and the people around them would change forever. Less with the gossip, let's get back to the topic. What is UX design? Here is a definition from Career Foundry. UX design considers the elements that shape a user's experience with a product or service, how these elements make the user feel, and how easy it is to accomplish their desired tasks. This could mean anything from how a physical product feels in your hand to how straightforward the checkout process is when buying something online. The goal of UX design is to create easy, efficient, relevant, and all-around pleasant experiences for the users. This definition from Career Foundry gives an accurate definition of what UX design is all about. One key thing I'd like for my listeners to pick going forward is this sentence. UX design considers the element that shapes a user's experiences with a product or service. This better explains the extent in which a product designer's role can get to. It is not limited in any way. It goes beyond the digital world. Let's have a look at what UX designers are responsible for. Design Labs explains it better. UX designers are responsible for the look and feel of digital products, be it a website, an application, or a physical product. They work with the teams of product managers, UI designers, UX writers, and developers to create high-fidelity screens and prototypes that represent how the product will look and function once it's released to the public. The day-to-day task of a UX designer entails conducting UX research, brainstorming ideas with wireframes, designing the information architecture of a product or products, creating high-fidelity designs for testing, making interactive prototypes, conducting usability testing, reviewing and analyzing data. These tasks are relevant and they take hours upon hours of serious and tedious concentration to execute appropriately. So, what might be wrong with the way experiences are currently being designed for users? What are bootcamps doing wrong? Which bootcamp actually focuses on these core fundamentals? And how can we make sure that even when everything goes wrong, the users are still a priority? Design is a lifelong skill that requires precision, focus, desire, and passion to be really good at. And one missed step while designing a product or service can unravel the good process, leaving the users with terrible experiences. So, what could be the cause of the terrible experiences we have faced so far? One of the major causes is the breakneck speed at which technology evolves. Companies are often rushing to put out products, sometimes sacrificing quality for the sake of keeping up with the competition or meeting deadlines. Another cause is the lack of user-centric design. When products are created without considering the needs and preferences of the end user, it's no wonder they end up being frustrating to use. Another cause is the complexity of these digital products. Creating a product that has intricate requirements, requests, and is difficult to evaluate because of the level of priority given to the product and its level of complexity would also add to the terrible experiences we have. And the final one I'd like to add is lack of resources and skills. UX design has never been a one-army type of career path. It requires different inputs, be it from the user, the stakeholders, the developers, and the product managers. And this feedback makes it easy in creating a less complex experience for the users. I would also like to add the processes bootcamps use in training UX designers. The blueprints are outdated and limited. If we are going to create experiences for users, then let's focus our blueprints on the users. So, how can we solve this problem? How do we ensure that we can build great experiences? The best way I know great experiences are built is by getting the target users involved. This is the cheapest and the fastest way to ensure that what you are building will be used by people. Take for example, how Figma successfully made designers go bonkers on their products. That is because they made the users the central point of the product they are building, and these users gave concrete and useful feedback for further iterations. Another way it can be mitigated is investing in good and quality bootcamps that impact and reflect greatly on the mentees. Accessibility is a topic I have touched on in episode 14 of my podcast. This is a very important and relevant matter that needs to be adopted by UX designers when creating user-centered experiences. Embracing advanced technologies in the world of AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. There are endless possibilities on how to incorporate it in building and improving design processes and experiences across all channels. Finally, continuous improvement in our design process. We have never built a good product through a linear process, and that won't start today. Regularly gathering feedback from users and using analytics data to identify areas of improvement would go a long way in ensuring that experiences are tailored to the right audience and, better still, help the business achieve its goals. My honest opinion, things will get worse before they get better, but if we can collectively decide that we want to create nothing short of great experiences for the users, we will be a step closer to making sure the world is a much better place. So let's recap. OG UX designers are not entirely wrong about the state of experiences being created. The UX design role entails a lot of things such as UX design, information architecture, wireframing, and so much more in ensuring that experiences are tailored to the target users. UX design isn't a one-man army type of career path. It requires different inputs, and we should be comfortable with such requests. Feedback and data is essential in creating great experiences for users. Things will get worse before they get better. Stay strong and continue working on creating great experiences regardless of the circumstance. I hope this has been helpful and enlightening to you. Kindly tune into my next episode. Till next time, signing out, Chinedu. I am your host as always, Chinedu, and I am glad to have you on board. If you're new, thank you for giving me the opportunity to impart. Do click on the follow button to stay updated when new episodes drop. Share with your friends and colleagues, and most importantly, drop your comments and questions in the comments section and you'd get a response immediately or in the next episode.